Hi, it's Sarah Hancock with Serendipity Health. Today we're going to talk about what is keto. Keto is a nutritional way of eating, a lifestyle that is popular right now. It's trendy. There's a lot of information out there. But I think the first thing when people come to me and are interested in keto, I think the most important thing to know is what is keto? What necessarily does that mean? Keto is well known for being low carb type of eating, where the body then produces ketones in the liver, and those ketones are used as energy. A keto diet will have sometimes many different names. You'll hear it called a keto diet, ketogenic, keto living, low carb, and even the letters LCHF for low carb, high fat. Some of those names can be used interchangeably, but keto has some specific differences in looking at actual reaching nutritional ketosis and your body producing ketones. You have to stay under a really low net carb threshold. The general recommendation is 20 grams of net carbs per day, which is a low level of carbs once you start looking at the carbs that are really in food. And in order for your body to produce those ketones, you have to be under that really low threshold for carbs, or your body will continue to use carbs and glucose for energy. When you eat carbs, your body will produce glucose and insulin, and glucose is the easiest molecule for your body to convert and to be used for energy. And then the insulin is produced to process that glucose and transport it through the body. So if you eat a high carb or something, the high sugar food, right after that you're gonna have kind of an insulin levels that go up and down throughout the day. And a lot of times that's why people experience kind of that afternoon crash, or after you eat something that's high carb or high sugar, you'll feel really great for a while and then you might feel really crashed. And that's why, because that glucose and those insulin levels don't always stay consistent throughout the day. In a standard American diet, what most people in our country eat every day, glucose is primary. So most people are surviving on carbs for energy. And because we don't need those fats, the fats are then stored in our body because we're not needing those fats for energy, for fuel. So by lowering your carb intake, then the body is forced to look at other sources of fuel for your energy. Shifting to that fat-burning metabolism where your body's using fat and ketones for energy is known as the state of ketosis. That's what you're looking for when you start eating a keto diet. And ketosis is a natural process. It's a survival mechanism. When we look back at our ancestors when food was scarce, ketosis was designed to help people survive when there was a lack of calories. And of course, these days, because we don't have that anymore, you can restrict the carbs instead of restrict the calories in order to get the benefits of ketones. And then ketones are produced from a breakdown of fats in the liver. So once you're to the place where you've switched to a fat-burning metabolism, then your body will make ketones in the liver once you're using fat for fuel. So the end goal of a properly maintained keto diet is to force that metabolic state. And you are wanting to, like I said, you're not wanting to restrict your calories or go into that starvation mode, but by restricting your carbs and the glucose in your diet, it forces that metabolic shift and forces your body to start burning fat for fuel. Our bodies are incredibly adaptive. It's really interesting. When you look at your body and you overload it with fats and you take away those carbs, your body will begin to use those ketones as your primary source of energy instead of the carbs. And there's all kinds of research and studies and things that are coming out every day that are showing that optimum consistent ketone levels in the body offer all kinds of health, weight loss, physical benefits, mental health benefits, cognitive performance benefits. So there's a lot of current research that's showing ketones to have a lot of positive benefits just in people's overall general wellness and health. I think the second thing, when you know what keto is, your next step is going to be looking at what your specific individual goals are. Why do you want to start eating keto? Why would you be willing to look at that? And then be specific about that, because there's so many benefits that it offers. You can have the greatest success with your goals if you really pinpoint and target what that is. So hopefully this helps you getting started with keto. That's kind of the 411.